Okay. Just gonna clean this up a little bit. I think that we are really ready. Right? Let's see here. Oh, still not ready. Hello, first viewer. I just cleaned things up a bit because it's not to where I want to be. Hey, how are you? Try this again. I've got some lens cleaning issues here. I'm trying to straighten this out. Bear with me for one moment because I'm trying to get this so where it's clean. How's everybody doing? Hold on a second. Okay, all right. That. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Come on, man. I'm coming. I've got it. I'm just trying to get through this lens flare here. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. And the lens flare is there. That's what I want. It's just a bit of glare that I was trying. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Woo! All right. Hey, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Zenny62 and Adventures in Live Vlogging. Let's see how the stream is doing. We'll go to the live control room. Thank you for the thumbs up. And the report is that the stream is good. Awesome. Health is good. Go back to the watch page. And you say, why am I doing it this way? I'm doing it this way because on YouTube Live Mobile, it doesn't give you a setup opportunity. So you have to actually go and set up the page as the live stream is active. It assumes that you're actually using the phone, the iPhone in this case, and live streaming on the go, and not that you're actually going to go to the watch page and make sure that the stream is good and all that stuff, right? So let's see here. And Dexman says, impeach. Come on, man. Yeah, it's a problem. I mean, it definitely is. And I'm going to read to you what's going on. I'm going to tweet this out with the latest Trump news. Well, it's not really the latest. It's about a day old, but I think a resuscitation of the Washington Post article that started all of this is worth doing. I remind everyone that the Washington Post is financed by the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos. So they have enough money to pay for investigative reporting to get the information that they're imparting. Keep that in mind. Money buys media in all cases. And I'm not saying that to discredit the media that's brought out. I am just telling the truth. Money buys media. With that, here he goes. Trump dictated son's misleading statement on meeting with Russian lawyer. And that was brought out by Ashley Parker, Carol D. Leunig, Philip Rucker, and Tom Hamburger. If you think about it, you consider that all those are full-time employees with, I would guess, a Washington, D.C. salary. That's a lot of money to spend for a story, right? And boy, has it gotten a lot of bang for its buck so far. Let me read it to you. On the sidelines of the Group of 20 summit in Germany last month, President Trump's advisors discussed how to respond to a new revelation that Trump's oldest son, Trump Jr., had met with a Russian lawyer during the 2016 campaign. A disclosure that advisors knew carried political and potentially legal peril. The strategy the advisors agreed should be for Donald Trump Jr. to release a statement to get ahead of the story. They wanted to be truthful, so their account couldn't be repudiated later if full details emerged. But within hours, at the president's direction, President Trump, the plan changed. Flying home from Germany. Hello, if you've just joined me, I'm talking about what got Trump into trouble. This is thanks to the Washington Post, all right? I'm reading this account. Flying home from Germany on July 8th aboard Air Force One, Trump personally dictated a statement in which Trump Jr. said that he and the Russian lawyer had, quote, primarily discussed a program about the adoption of Russian children, unquote, when they met, in June 2016, according to multiple people with knowledge of the deliberations. The statement issued to the New York Times as it prepared an article emphasized that the subject of the meeting was not a campaign issue at the time. The claims were later shown to be misleading. I'm still quoting the Washington Post when I say that. Over the next 3 days, multiple accounts of the meeting were provided to the news media as public pressure mounted, with Trump Jr. ultimately acknowledging that he had accepted the meeting after receiving an email promising damaging information about Hillary Clinton as part of a Russian government effort to help his father's campaign. The extent of the president's personal intervention in his son's response, the details of which have not been previously reported, adds to a series of actions that Trump has taken that some advisors fear could place him and some members of his inner circle in legal jeopardy. As Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller looks into potential obstruction of justice as part of his broader investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 election, these advisors worry that the president's direct involvement leaves him needlessly vulnerable to allegations of a cover-up. And it goes on from there. This was met today by new White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and I might add political watchdog, who said that President Trump was doing what any father would do in coming to his son's defense. Except that not every father's president in the United States, and not every father's son met with a lawyer, a Russian lawyer, discussing matters related to the 2016 presidential campaign and how to win, knowing that the Russian government was prepared to, and perhaps by that point already had done a number of things to help Trump ostensibly win the presidential election against Hillary Clinton, like, for example, hacking. Okay? So this is serious business, and I wanted to get this out on a live stream and talk about it, and I don't think, and get your views. And as Sir Know-A-Lot says, money buys a lot of things, and Dexman says, 817 says, impeach. Come on, man. It is a serious problem we're dealing with here. Now, what do I think should be done about it? I'll tell you. First of all, the only way this is going to be resolved is if Republicans rise up and say, this is not how we want our president to conduct business. They need to have a private, sit-down, behind closed doors meeting with the president to basically get him a set of instructions to fall in line. You would say, why do that? Well, because we have a president of the United States in Donald Trump that needs that kind of playbook. He is not used to being president of the United States. He's used to running his own company. He's used to being basically his own board of directors. He's not used to taking orders from people. He's used to giving orders, and he's used to expecting to be treated like royalty. So what's going on is that the Republicans are going to have to say, all right, here is what you have to do. And if you don't do it by, let's say, the next month or 2 months, we're going to impeach you. That's the plan that they have to lay out, okay? If they don't do that, then Trump himself winds up, no matter how you slice it, winds up in the crosshairs of Robert Mueller. If he fires him, it's an even bigger problem. And Robert Mueller will then pull the trigger. So, if you think about it, President Trump is stuck between a rock and a hard place. He can either listen to his Republican colleagues behind closed doors, or he can not listen to them, continue on, and have to deal with the ultimate end game, which is Robert Mueller. Again, if he tries to fire Mueller, that will trigger Republican opposition all in itself. Trump already has a problem surrounding how he treated Jeff Sessions and saber rattling that led some to believe that he was going to fire Jeff Sessions. Sessions is still there. As Senator Lindsey Graham said, firing Sessions, and a number of Republicans have said, firing Sessions is off the table and out of the question. They're not having it, okay? They're simply not having it. So, I'm curious to know what you all think about what should be done here. And I'm going to talk more and more about Trump. And if you want to hear more talk about it, subscribe. But look, I personally am sick and tired of this being a partisan issue. This isn't a Republican issue or a Democrat issue, to my mind. If you think otherwise, yeah, hey, let me know in the comments. But this is an issue of having the right kind of administration running the presidency. And when I say right kind, I don't mean by look, I mean by act. It could be this administration, but they need to have training wheels put on, okay? They need to have training wheels put on. And like right now, like by tomorrow, not next week or even next month, tomorrow. They need to have them put on, because the way the president is conducting himself is not in the country's best interest. He might think it's in his, but it's not even working out that way. Something else too, when President Trump first became president-elect, he made a promise that he was going to keep his family away from the White House and let them run the family business. That included Donald Jr., Eric, Ivanka. We haven't seen that at all. We've seen Ivanka and Trump basically as the de facto real first lady of the United States. Not so much Melania. Melania stayed even more in the background, coming out occasionally for an appearance, but nowhere near as visible as Michelle Obama or Laura Bush or Hillary Clinton. Not at all. And we've seen each one of the kids take power positions. Ivanka Trump stating a political idea, not that it was a bad one, regarding children and childcare. Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. specifically chastising Republicans for not coming to their father's aid. We have been bombarded with images of the Trump family, not just President Trump, the Trump family, the kids running the country. And that's something that Donald Trump said was not going to happen. He basically reneged on a promise to the American people that he was going to keep his kids out of the picture. He did not do that. And maybe there was a shift because of this whole issue regarding their involvement, but in the campaign and in the kind of collusion with Russia that is being alleged. But if that's the case, why keep them with a high profile? It makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever that he's doing that. And I firmly believe that, it's a matter of Trump people, thinking that, hey, you know what? We didn't do anything wrong. This is the way it is. This is the way things run. We didn't do anything wrong, and it's okay. But they are coming up on the cusp of having it look like they indeed did do something wrong. That really is the issue here, okay? Yes, money buys a lot of things. Money buys good reporting. Money buys a presidency. Money buys collusion. Money buys legal protection. But money can only stave off for so long legal wrongdoing. And if there was legal wrongdoing here, in terms of collusion and obstruction of justice, it's only a matter of time before Donald Trump and sadly his kids have to pay the piper. Now, I will say that by saying this. I hope not. It would be a black eye in the history of this country. As Dorian Sadra just said right now, money don't buy integrity. That's right. But integrity should come with the office of the President of the United States. We have the right to expect integrity. We have the right to expect a country that is ran in a way that we can trust. And right now, and again, it doesn't matter whether you're pro-Trump or not, Democrat or Republican or Green, that's not what we're getting. It's just not what we're getting. So I wanted to share this short live stream with you on Tuesday, August 1st, National Night Out. So I'm going to go and join National Night Out. I might even do a live stream there, and then I'm headed to the airport. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Zenny62 Media, Zenny62.com, Zenny62 on YouTube, live stream. I'll be back later tonight talking sports. All right? Hey, thank you, Dorian. Appreciate it. See you tonight.